From Dolphin Soccer Park on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet presents NCAA Division II men's soccer coverage live on the ECC network. Today's matchup features the Spartans of St. Thomas Aquinas College taking on the Dolphins of the College of Staten Island. Good afternoon, everybody. Once again, this is Joe Foreman on the call, and in case you missed it, this game is the back half of a men's and women's soccer doubleheader. In our early game, the women of CSI took on the women's stack, and it was an early lead for the Dolphins behind a Christina Lambraya goal. She put the Dolphins ahead 1-0 in the first half. The Spartans would even up the score at 1 and would ultimately score the game winner with about maybe 10 minutes to go in the second half. The Spartans take a 2-1 victory over the College of Staten Island. They improved to 2-6. They pick up their first win in conference play, improving to 1-2 against the ECC. The Dolphins fall to 0-5-1 on the season and 0-2 against the East Coast Conference. As for the men, they come in 1-7. They have not won since their home opener played all the way back on August 31st, and they are 0-1 against the East Coast Conference this season. The Spartans are 3-1-3, including a pair of ties in conference play. These two teams have faced one another just twice, once in a 1-1 tie back in 2019, and then again in a 3-0 Spartans win. That game was played last season. The Dolphins recently wrapped up a stretch of 3 consecutive non-conference games on Wednesday against Caldwell. They fell in that game by a score of 5-2. Our last game here on the ECC network saw the Dolphins take on Holy Family University at home. They lost that game in heartbreaking fashion in closing minutes, dropping the Tigers by a score of 2-1.
And your CSI Dolphins!
In their last game, both Mohamed Sow and
it's now time to meet today's starters beginning first with the visiting Spartans of St. Thomas Aquinas College.
Dolphins, they hope those goals may revitalize their attack as they really struggle to find the back of that season. Remember, it was not so as Cougars would score the games last 4 goals, taking victory by a score of 5-2 and dropping the Dolphins 1-7 on the season. However, the Dolphins do have reasons for optimism heading into today's game, as Amari Thompson has played incredibly well on his home turf. The Dolphins will be looking for a big performance out of Thompson as they seek their first win in the month of September. This will also be the Dolphins' last chance to win home in the month of September, as they do not have another game here at Dolphins Soccer Park
from Toronto, Canada, number 29,
next Saturday.
Christian Felici.
That will be October 1st.
5'10"
That is also
from
their
New York,
next
number
game.
35,
So if the Dolphins do not pick up the win here at home this
5'9" freshman from
afternoon,
Hillsborough,
they
New
will
Jersey,
go
number
winless in
37,
the month of
Jalen
September.
Money.
Many motivating
The
factors
head
for
coach
the
of the
Dolphins,
Spartans is
just
Brandon
as they were
Brown.
for
The
the
assistant
women
is George
in the early
Previs.
game and getting their
And
first
now
win
the
of
starting
this
lineup
month, just
for
one
your
of them.
CSI Dolphins!
Against ECC
A 5'6" sophomore from
St.
East
Thomas
Hutton, New York, number 3, Dennis Botticelli.
We have debuted
A 5'9" freshman from Baldwin, New York, number 4, Luis Asensio Cueva.
Network logo.
A 6'4" sophomore from New York, number 6, Mohamed Sow. A 5'6" junior from Staten Island, New York, number 7, Daniel Angulo.
Step aside for just
A 5'9" sophomore from Selden, New York, number 10, Shane Siegel.
The Dolphins will kick off.
A 6'4" sophomore from Staten Island, New York, number 11, Nicholas Plashenko. A 5'7" sophomore from Selden, New York, number 14, Steven Bronco. A 5'9" sophomore.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
John Hardy, Jordan Stegmiller, Joseph Bolella, Carlos Montesinos, and Adam Hussein. Before we get underway this afternoon, we would like to remind you that the NCAA and the College of Staten Island promote free sportsmanship of student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask that you please support the student athletes and coaches in a positive manner. Profanity, racist, sexist, or other intimidating or derogatory actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from Dolphin Soccer Park. Also, smoking and the consumption of alcoholic beverages is strictly prohibited. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the game.
Number 6, Mohamed Sapp, who's wearing the captain's armband during the introduction of starting lineups. Number 10, Shane Siegel. Number 14, Stephen Bronco. Number 17, Andrew Angulo. Number 18, Randall McGuire. Number 49, Stephen Flores. Wearing number 30 today is Amari Thompson. I did mention Thompson's success on his home turf this season. He had a huge game, posting a clean sheet against Bloomfield in the home opener. Only allowed 2 goals in the loss to Holy Family back on September 14th. Very nearly held them to 1. That's Leandro Angulo could not keep it, ultimately gave the goal out of the net. Thompson initially made a save, and then Angulo had a chance behind him to try and keep it out. Angulo, who has typically been tremendous in those spots, just couldn't get there. An incredibly tough play for the Dolphins backer in that situation. And unfortunately for CSI, Angulo could not keep the shot out and pick up the team save. Nonetheless, it was still a strong effort from Thompson. He gives the Dolphins reasons for optimism heading into today's game against the Spartans. As I mentioned last year, it was a 3-0 win for Stack over the College of Staten Island. And for CSI, they are just looking to consistently get into the goal column. The scoring has been one of the key issues for the CSI team. It was a recurring problem last year at times as well, but the Dolphins have shown that they can score. They just need to do so consistently. And consistency has been the issue for this Dolphins team. Very easily could have won that game against the Tigers. They had the lead. And I should say they had the score equal as they scored the equalizer late in that game. Definitely had opportunities to take the lead is what I should have said, but the Dolphins weren't able to pull that game out. Had opportunities for more against Bloomfield in that 1-0 victory as well back in their home opener. Game against Assumption was one where the Dolphins failed to score a goal. That marked the only time they were shut out on their home turf this year. As we're underway from Dolphins Soccer Park, and we've seen the Dolphins start games that way quite often if they are the recipients of the opening kick. Send it back to Daniel Angulo. He plays it long up the pitch. Quick turn along the far sideline there. Players taken down along that far side. That was Kavan Evans who went down. And Evans has been responsible for the bulk of the scoring. He's found the back of the net 8 times already this season in just 7 games. Evans has been a problem for opposing defenses. He immediately gets in on the action as he draws an early foul. It's going to be a free kick for the Spartans right on the edge of the attacking third. That's chipped in the air by Bronco. And we have a foul against Stack. Dolphins breaking out a black goalkeeper's kit today. I have to say this is my favorite of the goalkeeping kits, but I'm partial to the solid colorways that aren't too bright. Typically one prefers more subdued colors. Definitely a fan of this goalkeeper's kit. Still not a fan of these Dolphins uniforms. We can't read the numbers, but that's something we will contend with at the stats desk and in the commentary booth for the rest of the year. I've learned to just accept things and move on. Sal does take it away from a pair of Spartans, but that ball had a bit too much on it. We have a fight in the corner. That's McGuire working for the Dolphins. And looked like the Spartans were able to just keep it in. So we have a foul committed by the Dolphins as well. I believe that was number 26, Roman Capuca, along that near side. And that was Capuca who was able to keep that ball in play. Spartans working the ball horizontally across their back line. That's sent well beyond the midfield, headed by Flores, bodied by Sal. As I mentioned, he's sporting that captain's armband this afternoon. Good ball there from McGuire. I think that was Angulo who sent it up the pitch. McGuire trying to gain positioning. He could not as he worked against Lewis Patterson. The ball rolled out down around the corner. That is going to be a Dolphins corner kick. CSI earns the early corner. As they look to get on the board first, something they have not done very often. Angulo sends that corner short toward the near post. He'll try again. That finds Kashenko. He heads it in front. And it looked like Bronco may have gotten a piece. Now Kashenko thought about shooting. He heads it once again. And that ball's cleared by the Spartans a long way into the midfield. They have numbers. That's headed forward. And here come the Spartans. Angulo is defending 3-on-1. And he does a good job to stand his ground. Still a chance here for Stack. Angulo pursuing from behind. He has help now from Codicelli. And a great defensive play there by Leandro Angulo. He successfully stopped a 3-on-1 break. And the Dolphins avoid what could have been disaster there. We will get another look at it. As that chance developed quickly. Dolphins just threw in, so we'll wait until we have another stoppage to get a second look at that play by Angulo. And we have that opportunity right here. Dolphins are working it along the far side in the midfield. You're not missing anything here. As we get a look at that last replay, there you see Angulo doing just enough to disrupt that attacking play. Spartans now have it right on the edge of the defensive third for Stack. And we have a foul that will go against the Dolphins. That was Luis Asensio Cueva. As I mentioned before, the Dolphins have a few changes in their starting lineup ahead of today's game. A good start for the Dolphins to this point. One miscue allowed that 3-on-1, but Angulo stood up to 3 attackers and was able to break up the scoring chance. It's going to be a Dolphins goal kick here. Just shy of 5 minutes gone by here in the first half. Thompson directing traffic. Plants the ball down onto the turf. He's going to look to send this one a long way. Thompson. That's a lot of leg into that one. As it was headed skyward. Andres Gonzalez Rios. Dolphins have it far side. Sal looks takeaway. He's got it. Good job there by Sal to avoid tackle by Evans. But the Dolphins are called for a handball. Taken toward the penalty area by the Spartans. There's miscommunication there along the near side by Stack. The Dolphins applying pressure. Patterson thought about sending it long. Instead, plays it over to his fellow backer. Suazo along the far side. Ball now back on the near side with Fuka. Dolphins got a piece of that in the midfield. That was Angulo. Now Siegel. He faced a strong tackle. And we have another foul in the midfield. That call will go against Sal. Martin's take a free kick quickly. Shot toward goal as well wide. Jorge Umana, who's also among the leading goal scorers for the Spartans on that last attempt, sent it well wide of the frame. Umana already has 6 goals on the season, trailing only Evans in that department. Aside from the 2 leading goal scorers, jumped out. I took a look at Spartan stats. They've saved below 70% of the shots they face. So if the Dolphins can get some chances, they should be able to find the back of the net. But not only have the Dolphins had trouble scoring, they've had trouble generating chances consistently. Angulo, he avoids a challenge. We've seen it more than once already. Evans is quite the motor out there. He hustles to get back and challenge from behind the Dolphins attackers. Free kick for CSI, taken quickly. Codicelli looks to cross. That's headed toward the top of the box. Bronco had an opportunity. He looks to shoot. And the left-footed shot is well off target. Now, it may have been blocked, and it was, so tough to tell from my angle, but that shot was partially blocked. The only question is throwing our corner. And it looks like we're going to have our second Dolphins corner kick. Dolphins send it near post, and it's onto the foot of Spartan. It's Carabali who got a piece, and that's cleared away by Gonzalez Rios. Throw in upcoming here, right around midfield. Here's a look at that last shot by Bronco. Taking a look at where that landed, it's unsurprising. That shot was blocked. A lot of equipment obstructing my view of that end of pitch. Sal was whistled for a foul. Evans goes down. Free kick for the Spartans. Cole Allen will take it. Kuka. Surveying. He has Allen. Allen. Goes back. Suazo. Suazo. Up to Gonzalez Rios and back to Suazo. Suazo into the midfield for Cole Allen. Far side. They have a chance here. Jalen Money. Money goes down. Foul will go against the Dolphins. Could be a free kick from a dangerous spot here along the sideline.
Yes, sometimes there's no need for those fouls.
It is going to be a free kick now. Taking a look at the officials, I thought perhaps they may have issued a booking, but maybe they're consulting their watch. I don't know. Let's see. They're talking about it in the room next door. I'll consult the live stats. That's sent into the box. Dangerous spot on the free kick. And that shot goes wide. The only question is, did that deflect off of a Spartan? It's a goal kick for the Dolphins nonetheless, but that shot may have been blocked by a Spartan. I think it was. That ball ends up in the midfield. We'll take a second look at that shot once we have a moment. I think Kakuka may have inadvertently blocked it. Here's one more look. Does look like it got a piece of it. I'm taking a look at the starters I was given for the Spartans, and perhaps I may have missed a substitution somewhere, but taking a look at my starters and players out on the pitch, they do not match. So we may have an issue here, but we'll talk about that in the room next door in a short while. I mean, there are 3 or 4 players that I have circled on my lineup sheet that are not in the game. Let's double check. Maybe I'm mistaken, but there could be one extra name circled. That could be the issue. We got lineups just minutes before kickoff, seconds before I went on the air. I got on about 3.5 minutes to play ahead of kickoff. Not yet been any substitutions in the game. Spartans moving into the attacking third. Good defensive play there by Bronco to stifle that movement forward. The Dolphins looking to counter. This is Sal. Kashenko. Flores. Back to Kashenko. Angulo, he has a lot of room. Angulo, good ball from McGuire. Good try there by Angulo on that through ball. Tough for McGuire to reel that ball in. There was a lot behind it. I apologize for my silence. I'm taking a look out toward the pitch, trying to find the discrepancy the starting lineup. What I'm thinking, perhaps, is that a player could be wearing a different number. But if so, I haven't found him yet. We have number 27, Haber McDaniels, listed as a starter. I don't see a 27 out on pitch. But I also don't see any numbers that aren't circled on my lineup sheet. So, at the moment, I'm lost. And right now, play taking place along the far side. Not easy doubling as the man responsible for the accuracy of our stats and lead play-by-play commentator on some days. Certainly make the most of it. 31 minutes to play in the first half. Still no score between the Dolphins and Spartans. That ball rolls over the near side. Dolphins will throw. Siegel for Angulo. Good Spartans sitting down across the midfield stripe. And this could be the chance I was waiting for to check. And I have to figure it out now, because if I don't, they're about to make a change. I'm going to step into the room next door. We'll be right back. And following this injury timeout, the first half continues.
Spartan substitution. Number 23, Tristan Greenidge, enters the game. He replaces number 9, Andres Gonzalez Rios.
All right, we found the discrepancy. Number 27 was the goalkeeper, McDaniels. That's on me. Have to trust the guys next door, learn to let go some days. As the Spartans attempted that free kick quickly, the Dolphins do intercept, and they take possession of the midfield. Bronco far side. Working against Suazo, and Siegel fires that shot wide. Become so accustomed to ones and zeros in goal that when the men play, you have Thompson wearing 30, McDaniel is wearing 27. Sometimes the fact that a keeper can wear a number other than 1 and 0 slips my mind. 28:35 to go here in the first half. Still no score, and haven't had much in the way of chances. The best Spartans' chance was blocked by their own attacker. Evans with a couple of nice moves. Plays a man through. Receives a pass back. That's an easy save for Thompson. Good passing there by the Spartans, but really no shooting lanes to be found. The Dolphins did a nice job defensively on that sequence. You can see how Evans is leading his team in goals. He is so active at both ends of the pitch. We saw what he can do there, both as an orchestrator and as a scorer. For the second time today, we just had a ball hit the head official. Had the head official in the women's game catch one on a fly. Right here, the official takes one right to the gut. Here's another look at it. For those of you interested in unorthodox plays, nothing he could do there. Spartans have possession right on the edge of the midfield. Spartans look to send it across midfield. Dolphins contacted it first, but now the ball is in the air. Evans coming over. Looked like Lisa may have gotten away with a bit of shove. Dolphins will throw in.
Yeah, I think they beat 3-0.
Substitution for the Spartans on the injury. We saw Andres Gonzalez-Rios leave the game. Whereas Tristan Greenidge is in. Gonzalez-Rios is out. As that ball is cleared over the far side, and the ball runner just took a shot. We won't replay that one, but if you caught it, that is certainly not something you see every day. I'm sure Stephanie will have a good laugh about that one when she sees the replay later. Spartans have it right on the edge of the attacking third. They'll look to send it into the box. That's a good ball toward the far post. And the flag goes up, offsides. Lisi was there. He wasn't the only one. Moni was also in the area. We're approaching 25 minutes to play in the first half. Thompson sends one across midfield. Head on it initially was Kapuka. Now retreating towards his own goal is Swaza. He gives it up to McDaniels. McDaniels. Patterson. Patterson moves out of the penalty area. To Allen. Allen with a nice ball across midfield. He finds Umana. Umana has a step! And I think Thompson may have gotten fingertips on it. We'll see what the official has to say. It looks like it's going to be a goal kick. It is. Umana had a great chance there. We will get a second look at that last shot attempt. That looked awfully close. I thought Thompson may have grazed it. Here's a second look as that goal kick went awry. Spartans will throw in. Howard sails to the netting behind goal. Spartans will throw. Carabali. Down Greenidge. And once again, this is Carabali in the corner. Gives Cotticelli a bit of stiff arm. Now Greenidge being pressured by Sal. And the ruling is corner. This corner kick will be the first for Stack. Officially just one shot on goal. It was not a strong one. The best chances have not resulted in a shot on goal. You can make the case that last shot by Umana was the best for either team. Umana sets up for the corner kick. Take it from the near side. Once again, for those of you tuning in for the first time since the installation of our automated camera, that camera is not up and running yet. That's why our speaker is currently in the way of our manual camera. We have speakers mounted to the press box. Those don't move, and the automated camera has taken the space in the middle. That's headed off of Kashenko for another corner. It's a good thing Kashenko was there, because if not, I'm not sure Thompson gets there. We're hoping to have our automated camera set up by next weekend's action. We'll see. We only need to catch the tail end of that corner kick. Here it is. The header deflects off of Thompson. This one into the box. And Evans almost able to avoid pair of markers and get a shot off, but once again, it's deflected over the touchline by the Dolphins. Spartans will set up yet another corner. Looks like it's going to be Umana. It's the third corner. Just a couple of minutes. Spartans gathered predominantly along the far post. That's where the corner's headed. And rolls through the penalty area toward the edge of the box. Trying to send it in front was Allen. It's deflected. Sau's in hot pursuit. One man back. That's Suazo. Carabali with a nice ball right on target. And Ferlisi lost it. Dolphins did a good job to recover there defensively as these two teams now really picking up the pace. That pass intended for McGuire is intercepted. One touch pass there in the midfield. The Sal looks to clear. Siegel bodies it to Angulo. Angulo has it taken away by Evans, and he commits the foul. And Angulo is going to be shown a yellow. Yellow card shown to Daniel Angulo. Free kick for the Spartans. They'll set up just beyond the midfield stripe. Allen will be the free kick taker. Now it looks like the head official is having a word with Dolphins head coach Alex Kuba. Perhaps about his players. And the exchange he just had with Daniel Angulo, who was clearly upset about that card. That conversation didn't appear to help things, as the Dolphins head coach looks at the least perplexed, more likely exasperated by the situation as Angulo got ahead on that ball. Asensio Cueva battling. Angulo takes it away. Angulo for McGuire. McGuire stays with it, finds Siegel. Angulo back to Flores. Now Angulo again. Angulo sends one long for Codicelli. Codicelli had a step. Codicelli moving in, looks to cross, and was it deflected? It was not. Codicelli points to Angulo. Leandro Angulo, that is. Giving him credit for a nice long ball. Spartans have it with 20 minutes to play in this first half. Stack once again working the ball side to side along the back line. Easy. Back to Suazo. Now Allen. Allen plays it long. He's looking toward Evans. Evans jockeying for position against Asensio Cueva. Kishenko joins the fray. And Ferlisi takes it from him. Spartans once again forced to retreat a bit, and that is sent over the touchline. It's going to be a Dolphins goal kick. First Dolphins substitution of the game waved on. Looks like we might have two changes or perhaps a position swap, and it's going to be a position swap.
Spartan substitution. Number 34, Anthony Bolivar Sanchez enters the game. He replaces number 37, Jalen Moni. Dolphin substitution. Number 27, Henry Carino enters the game. He replaces number 14, Stephen Bronco.
Stephen Bronco comes off. Henry Carino comes on. I was listening on public address. Thought maybe they had it radioed up. I heard number 34. I knew that wasn't right. The Dolphins don't have a 34 as that ball rolls toward goal, and it's cleared away by McDaniels.
Money would have caught that ball. That money.
Angulo from Angulo. Daniel will send one toward the far post, and McDaniels is all over. moving through the midfield quickly. Nice tackle by Flores. Spartans were able to get it back. Flores with a strong challenge. And that was over the touchline, so no foul. Clean tackle. Dolphins moving quickly. Pass finds Sal. Sal for Asensio Cueva. Asensio Cueva has Siegel. Siegel is dispossessed. Good job there by Suazo. And it's going to be a Spartans goal kick. Ball sent out the edge of the attacking third. Suazo moving forward. This is Allen. Allen looks a bit puzzled. Trying to find a teammate. He had Kapuka. Now volley back to Kapuka. And now Allen again. Carino moving in, applying some pressure. And the pressure results in a poor pass. Will it stay in? Yes, it will. At least he came back to rescue that ball. Anthony Bolivar Sanchez, who wears number 34 for the Spartans, checked in. It's amazing how well they hear the public address system from miles away. When I can hardly understand what's coming over the PA from here in the press box. When you're right beneath the speakers, very close, it all comes out jumbled. So 34 is on, not for the Dolphins, but for the Spartans. Once again, that's Anthony Bolivar Sanchez who's in for Stack. Henry Carino came on for CSI. Evans attempted a pass there on the heel kick. Looks to keep possession. He is battling with Flores. Turns. And Angulo commits a foul. No card. It's going to be a free kick for Stack. Once again, Umana will line up for the set piece. Attempted a couple of corners earlier. Will now try the free kick. A lot of Dolphins near the top of the box. In fact, all 10 Dolphins. 4 of them have formed a wall. Only one Spartan positioned anywhere near midfield as that is blocked. I don't envy the Dolphin who got a piece of that ball. That is sacrificing of the body. In a literal sense right there. They do have a whistle. The Dolphins are awarded a free kick. Thompson just set it up just outside of the penalty area. He's waving his teammates down the pitch. Saw him show off that big leg earlier. He sent one well beyond midfield. From inside the box, and will do so again a bit further here. See he's positioned a few yards further from his own net. Patterson, as that ball headed by Angulo, deflected by a Spartan, headed back into the midfield. Dolphins continue to battle. McGuire gets to it once, then twice. Siegel moving in, looking for space. Can't find any. Good defense there by Suazo, but Siegel draws the foul. So nice job there by both Siegel, the attacker, and Suazo, the defender. Suazo didn't allow Siegel any real estate in the penalty area, but got a bit too aggressive and committed the foul on the challenge. Dolphins will now have a free kick from a dangerous spot. Perhaps not as dangerous a spot as we saw in that last Spartans free kick, but this will be a quality chance to make something happen for this Dolphins team. 2 teams have combined for 5 corner kicks, but just 1 shot on goal. Angulo gives way to Asensio Cueva. That's headed toward the middle of the box, and Kashenko got ahead on that ball. Speaking of quality chances, that was one right there. As we have a whistle, and a yellow card has been shown to a Dolphin. Play continues immediately. We'll catch both that last header attempt and the yellow card on the next replay once we have a stoppage. Carino under pressure here, and it was taken away by Bolivar Sanchez. He's now chasing the ball down toward midfield. Allen Pass fake there. Nicely done. Greenidge moving in. He has a man. That's Felici, and he's offside. So with that, we'll get a look at that last sequence. Starting with the free kick and the shot, and then ending with the yellow card. We'll see if we can tell who picked it up. Here's a look. There's the free kick. Headed by Kishenko. If he had centered that a bit more, there was certainly an opportunity now. That's got to be it right there. That's Leandro Angulo who picked up the yellow, so we'll double check the tail end of that replay, but I'm fairly certain that was Angulo. Sal moving in. Sends one towards Siegel. Good looking ball from Sal. That was just a bit too low, but good attempt. And today's Dolphins captain. Siegel. Asensio Cueva. Cross. And Sal was there. He met the keeper, McDaniels. That's a clean play. And both players acknowledge that. That was certainly a clean play. Sal got his head on the ball. Strong hands from McDaniels. Wow. We'll get a look at that one first. A good ball from Sal, then another good ball from Asensio Cueva as well. Here's a look at it. There's the ball from Asensio Cueva. McDaniels had his hands on it, and then Sal was able to get his head on the ball while it was possessed by McDaniels. As promised, we'll get one more look to see where that yellow card was as well. I'm taking a look at it on the monitor, and that was certainly Leandro Angulo, no doubt. Yellow card, 17, Staten Island. As that ball is headed by CSI toward the far sideline. Just under 11 minutes to play in this first half. Spartans have it in the midfield. Anna. Now Felici. Felici taking his time, moves toward the center of the pitch. Met by Siegel. He maintains possession. Allen. With a laser beam toward the top of the box. I don't know how that ball found its way through. Didn't want to have gotten in the way of that pass either. As this one rolls toward Spartan's goal, it's met by Patterson. Patterson. Near side. Yuka. Offside once again. Spartans have it near side. Spartans will have a throw here as we have a whistle. Looks like we're going to have a substitution ahead of the sack throw.
Spartan substitution. Number 3, Gianfranco Banca enters the game. He replaces number 29, Christian Felici.
Spartans have it, moving back toward midfield. Nine minutes to play in the first half. As we have a collision. No call. I'm sure Allen would have liked one, but looked like a clean play from here. Attacking play continues for the Spartans. They've had possession of it for the last couple of minutes. Allen rolling into the arms of Daniels, so the Dolphins will finally get a breather here. They were defending for quite some time. Patterson. Puka. side. This is Suazo. Dolphins did take it away, but Siegel had no room to operate along the far sideline. Very vocal Spartans bench for the second consecutive game. Here's a throw-in for the Spartans following that last substitution.
Spartan substitution. Number 15, Nicholas Sadorf enters the game. He replaces number 18, Jorge Yamada.
For the Spartans, as that sails over the head of an attacker for Stack, onto the foot of Evans. Evans worked against 2 or 3 Dolphins, trying to find some room and could not. That ball headed away by Flores. McGuire heads toward Carino. Looks like the Spartans wanted a handball in the midfield. As I mentioned, Spartans bench was very vocal ahead of that last throw-in. Graham Brown is the men's soccer head coach for St. Thomas Aquinas College. It will be another throw-in for Stack. I believe there was more than one substitution. Franco Donka has checked into the game as well. A pair of Spartan substitutions with less than 6 minutes to go here in this first half. Spartans have really controlled possession for the last few minutes. It's a very back and forth start to this game. But the Spartans have really seized control over the last several minutes. I'm sure the halftime break will be welcome for the Dolphins as Thompson got his hands on it. And we do have a whistle for a foul now. Good to see a nice exchange of handshakes by Bolivar, Sanchez, and Thompson. No hard feelings there as both were going after the ball. There's Patterson into the midfield. Sends that one up ahead towards Sadorf. Flores is able to keep it in play. He's fouled. And the Dolphins earn a free kick. So nice job there by Flores, not conceding the corner. He's able to keep that ball in play. It is sent toward Codicelli. Sal. Asensio Cueva sends one toward the box. And it's over the goalkeeper. McDaniels rolling toward goal. And the Dolphins score. Brendan McGuire on the miscue by the goalkeeper. McDaniels has scored the first Dolphins goal of this match. What an unusual play. I wish I could say that's the first time I have seen that during this calendar year, but that is not the case. However, the Dolphins will certainly take it, and they lead it 1-0. We will get another look at that and how that ball found its way over
the Dolphins goal, scored by number 18, Brendan McGuire.
Brendan McGuire scores his first goal of the season. It just took a bad bounce. And you know McDaniels is going to lament that play for quite some time, especially if the Dolphins are able to come away with the win. Still plenty of time for the Spartans, but after Stack really dominated possession for about 10 minutes plus and kept the pressure on CSI, the Dolphins respond. And in the one number that matters, the goals column, CSI now leads at 1-0. Spartans looking for an answer. They have just 3.5 minutes remaining to find one in this first half.
Hey!
That's an aggressive push from behind. I There was no play whatsoever on the ball there. Angulo is upset because he's already been shown a yellow, thought there should have been one there. And there was absolutely no play on the ball. Angulo did not slow down, so a bit surprised there wasn't a booking in that spot. Either way, the Dolphins are awarded a free kick. Now, Flores was getting in on the discussion, and the head official is trying to move him forward. Angulo awaiting the opportunity to take this free kick as we've had another yellow card shown. It looks like that was flashed in the direction of Cole Allen as the clock has been stopped. And now, discussion continues. Allen is clearly unhappy, so I do believe the yellow is on him. We'll get that double checked at halftime. Angulo, good free kick there. It's wide of the frame. Daniels has it. He rolls it ahead quickly. Volley. Back to Sapuka. Now Allen. Allen. That pass intercepted by Kishenko. And Kishenko is whistled for the foul. He did not like the call, and now you can see tensions beginning to rise, not necessarily between the players, but a lot of players are getting upset with the head official. Not that anyone's ever happy about being whistled for a foul or receiving a booking, but we've seen a lot of displeasure from the players out there on the pitch, and I think for a lot of them, halftime can't come soon enough. Inside of 1:40 remaining in this first half. Free kick up coming for the Spartans. Bolivar Sanchez sends it into the box toward the dot. It's headed by Sal. Allen sent it back toward the box. Evans closing in. Evans gets by Thompson, but he trips over the ball and goes down. Big break there for the Dolphins, though I don't think Evans had an angle to shoot. You never want to see your goalkeeper down on the turf and the ball on the foot of an attacker. So the Dolphins will happily accept a goal kick, but we'll get another look at how that goal kick came to be.
1 minute left in the first half.
There's a look at the replay. Now it looks like on the replay he may have been called offsides. Nonetheless, Dolphins sent it across midfield and Thompson will fall on top of it.
It's just really secure. I like it. Gives confidence in the defense.
Thompson sends it skyward. Lands in the midfield circle inside of 30 seconds to go in the first half. That's sent over the far side. 15 seconds to go. Spartans will throw.
10.
This will probably
9,
do it for the half.
8, 7.
Spartans
6.
not conceding
5,
it yet, but it's going to be
4,
stacked throwing, and
3,
time will run out
2,
in the
1.
first half of play. So after 45 minutes, the College of Staten Island leads St. Thomas Aquinas College by a score of 1-0. When we come back in the second half of this East Coast Conference men's soccer matchup, this is CSI Sportsnet coverage of Dolphins soccer only on the ECC Network.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
When your car is damaged, where you take it is your decision. But insurance companies would like you to think otherwise. While they may have a lot of pull, it may not always be in the best interest of your car. Your car will be fixed right and on time. What insurance company can argue with that?
Call Dependable Auto Body at 718-447-4898.
Hi, Meals on Wheels.
I'm Marco. I'm a college student, and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels.
I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials, live music, and the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dining order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we are back here on the ECC Network for the second half of Dolphins and Spartans. We had to cut off our stream for just a few minutes as I attempted to solve an audio issue. Took a look at some first half replays, heard some static behind my audio. We tried to get that corrected during the halftime break. I'm sure we'll find out shortly whether or not that was successful. It does appear as if we have reduced some of the feedback, but unfortunately, this is not my personal equipment. That is at another site, so right now we're at the mercy of what we have here. That ball is deflected by the Dolphins in the midfield, and possession is with the Spartans. First half goal scored by Brendan McGuire of the Dolphins, his first of the season. It gave the Dolphins the lead, but it was a very eventful sequence that led to that goal. Long ball up the pitch, deflected off the fingertips of the Spartans goalkeeper, Cabra McDaniels. And because of that, McGuire was able to surge past him and put it in. The scoreboard should be operational in just a moment. There it is. And we had to get everything reset ahead of the second half. We are good to go here at the press box inside Dolphins Soccer Park. Bronco now has it for CSI. He finds Siegel along the near side. Siegel moving forward. Works against a pair of Spartans. Siegel goes down. And that does draw a whistle. Siegel will chase that ball down out of play. And it's going to be a Dolphins free kick from just inside of the near sideline. So an opportunity once again for the Dolphins. And for those of you just tuning in, unfortunately our main speaker is in the way because we have an automated camera situated in the middle of the roof on top of the press box. We can't occupy that same space, so we're off center to the left. That free kick sails far post, and it rolls down toward the corner and over the touchline. It's going to be a goal kick for the Spartans. This is Patterson. Far sideline. That's Kapuka. That is sent right back to the backers by Banca. Spartans been pretty methodical with their approach on the attack. And Youssef Dardir took that ball straight to the sternum. Some shot he took. Pass intercepted by Codicelli. Codicelli avoids a challenge, has it knocked away, and that is kept in. No, it isn't. Banca had a chance to keep it in. Not a lot of space to work with, and the Dolphins will throw. Long throw by Leandro Angulo. Sent right back towards him along the midfield stripe. Flores could not get it across midfield. Sal will try. And the Spartans maintain possession. Good positioning there by Siegel. Did not leave any space for that pass to connect. Bodies sliding all over the place in the midfield right now as the Spartans look to regroup. Banca sent it straight to Angulo. Bronco. Just play over to Siegel. He has a lot of real estate to work with here. Here comes Shane Siegel. Good move to the inside by Siegel. And he was looking for Angulo. Not a bad idea there. There was a small lane. As that's chipped up in the air. Angulo waiting for it. Kapuka. Back to Patterson. Patterson sends it long up the pitch. Waiting for it was Umana. Angulo right there. And he sends one off a Spartan. That was Banca who took that to the back. Siegel for Angulo. He avoids the challenge from Greenidge and finds Angulo. Ball bodied down by the Spartans. They keep possession. Allen for Umana. That's headed forward. And the Dolphins send it back into the midfield. Two teams now battling in the midfield circle. Dardier and Angulo are in on that scuffle for the ball. And it will find the foot of a Spartans attacker. That's Felici. Asensio Cueva was there. Didn't give up any ground. And Dardier now has a chance, 2-on-1. And he shouldered off the ball. Banca had that deflected by Kashenko. That may have worked in the favor of Stack. Felici into the center of the box, and that's cleared away from just a couple of yards away from the dot by Flores. Offside. Banca moving in. Bolivar Sanchez, now Umana. Umana retreats a few strides. Two Dolphins in hot pursuit. Codicelli and Bronco are in the area. Now Banca to Allen. Dardier knocks it away, but right onto the foot of another Spartans attacker. Bolivar Sanchez sent one toward goal. And I think we had an offsides call from the lines judge on the near side. Sidelines, a bit tough to pick up from up here sometimes. We have a lot of equipment in the way along the near side. We also have about 2 or 3 feet between myself and the window. We have a commentary desk that extends straight out from the wall. As Banca makes a run down toward the corner. Tracks that ball down. Plays it in the other direction to Capuca. Greenidge working against 2 Dolphins. Angulo sends it long up toward Dardier. He's trying to clear it out of the corner. Dardier applying the pressure, and he commits the foul. Patterson went down. Free kick Spartans taken immediately, and the whistle blows.
That's what I'm saying.
That official will force them to reset. Spartans work it through the midfield along the far side. Banca moving in. Flores trying to close the space. Flores is there, and he is forced to send it over the touchline, but this keeper was happy about that. Received a couple of claps from Amari Thompson as the Dolphins will set up for a corner kick. Make that the Spartans. Dolphins will set up defensively on the corner as Umana will take it once again for Stack. Umana straight into the arms of Thompson. Spoke about it during the pregame. Thompson has been very good here at home. He's not allowed more than 2 goals in a game here at Dolphin Soccer Park this year in 3 outings. This is number 4. Sent beyond midfield, headed by Allen, and that will roll into the arms of his keeper. This game would likely be scoreless. You could almost say with certainty it would be scoreless if not for a misplay by the Spartans keeper McDaniels. And now Umana may have a chance. Once again, Flores trying to get there. He could not, and the shot by Umana sails just wide over the outstretched arm of Thompson. It rolled just outside of the far post. We will get another look at it on replay.
Why is he dropping so deep?
A collective sigh of relief from the Dolphins supporters as we get another look at this last shot by Jorge Umana. Thompson did all he could to try and get fingertips on that one. Didn't need to. And it travels just wide of the far post. Dolphins maintain their 1-goal advantage. Sau for Siegel. And that was headed away by Suazo. Lisi. Finds the foot of Kishenko. Sau surveys. And once again, that's sent up towards Siegel. Dardier is also there. Siegel pressuring Suazo from behind. Suazo gets it out to midfield. Sau intercepts. Now Angulo chips it to Asensio Cueva. That's sent up into the air. Headed by Suazo, bodied by Siegel. Siegel for Sau. Heel kick. Off the body of Suazo. He moves forward. Bronco couldn't make contact with it. And here come the Spartans. Umana got caught up in traffic. No whistle. Play continues. Dardier making a run. Can he get there? He will. Keeps it in. Siegel now has it. Siegel tried to put it through the legs of Ferlisi. And Siegel is dispossessed, but Sau with a nice disruption of that pass in the midfield as the ball finds the foot of Flores. Now Thompson, he's under pressure, gets it out to Asensio Cueva. Asensio Cueva for Sau. Now Siegel, back to Sau. Sau's looking for Siegel again. Pass was deflected by Felici. Here comes Capuca. He's looking for Banca, couldn't get it to him. And Codicelli's able to turn. He beats his marker, avoids a challenge, continues moving forward. Codicelli into the penalty area, looks to cross, and Patterson deflects it over the touchline for a Dolphins corner kick. Nice job there by Codicelli. He took that ball a long way. He receives a high five from Daniel Angulo, who will set up to take this Dolphins corner kick. We approach 34 minutes to play in this second half. Dolphins lead at 1-0. With a victory, the Dolphins improved to 2-2 on their home turf this season. Haven't seen much of this Dolphins team early in 2022 as that corner kick finds the head of Dardier. He may get a second chance. Ball bounces off of Dardier. And it's going to be a goal kick. Whistle blows and a substitution will come on, one for each team. Brendan McGuire on for the Dolphins. Looks like Dardier is going to come off. Had a change for the Spartans as well.
Spartan substitution, number 30, Ryan Collins enters the game. He replaces number 29,
Ryan Collins
Christian
entering for
Parisi.
Stack. Collins in for Stack, McGuire in for Staten Island. We near the 33-minute mark in the second half as this ball rolls toward the near side. It's tracked down by Kaduka. Suazo for Patterson. Patterson. Far sideline for Collins. That's his first touch. And Spartans can't keep it in along the far side in front of their own bench. Dolphins will throw. Throw up to McGuire. He looks to turn in the midst of some traffic. And once again, the ball is cleared over the far
Dolphin
side.
substitution, number 18, Brendan McGuire entered the game. He replaces number 9, Yusuf Dardier.
Dolphins will throw as Angulo takes a couple of steps forward. Once again looking for McGuire. McGuire battling down around the corner. That's deflected and cleared away by the Spartans. Bronco lost it. Olivar Sanchez sends it up the pitch. Once again, Umana moving in, and another good tackle by Flores. He's been very good for the Dolphins defensively this year. He and Leandro Angulo have played the most consistent minutes at that position. Kashenko has split time between the defensive spot and the forward spot. Sencio Cueva has spent some time on that back line too, but Flores and Angulo have made a lot of plays just like that one. Strong tackles, blocked shots, disruption of passes. Always seem to be in the right place at the right time for this Dolphins defense. And I'm sure their goalkeeper, Amari Thompson, appreciates that. There's a good ball for Siegel, right on target. Siegel moving in, but he couldn't corral it and sends the shot well high and wide. Great ball to set him up. We will get another look at that on replay as well. Once again, it's Leandro Angulo who has shown time and time again. He's a very capable passer as well. Can't forget about that aspect of his game, as we may have to cut away from this replay in just a moment if the Dolphins fail to clear, but CSI does take possession, and it's sent over the near side. So he didn't miss anything as that ball pinballed between a few players along the near side and traveled out of play. Throw in for the Spartans near sideline, taken quickly. We had the ball wind up with the thrower twice, simply resulting in another throw. Shenko disrupted that pass. Olivar Sanchez had it knocked away by Siegel. Sal kept it in. McGuire with a nice move. Look at that. Spinning heel pass. But Sal was looking for McGuire to keep going up the sideline. Miscommunication there between the pair of Dolphins.
Yeah, but he wasting energy there arguing with you.
So we're now inside of 30 minutes to go in the second half.
Wasting energy, even explainable.
Patterson. Head. And that was intended for Greenidge. Too much on that ball. Dolphins will throw. Ball travels out toward the midfield stripe. Body down.
Hey
by
boy,
McGuire.
inside.
Bronco has Siegel. And here comes Shane Siegel. He has a step man closing in from behind. Siegel shoots off the fingertips of McDaniels and wide, but McDaniels could not avoid conceding a corner kick. He tried to swat it back in play. We'll get one more look at that shot as well ahead of this Dolphins corner kick. Bronco quickly and decisively got it to Siegel, who was making a run. He began on the far side, wound up right in the center of the pitch. And closing in from behind was Kapuka defensively. He may have disrupted things just a bit, but that's a pretty clean look for Shane Siegel. Saved by McDaniels, corner kick by Angulo, center of the box, and Kishenko heads it in. Nicholas Kishenko points toward the Dolphins supporters in the crowd, and some CSI fans will join in on the celebration as the Dolphins have taken a 2-0 lead. We will get another look at that last CSI goal. Once again, we apologize for you not being able to see the corner kick taker, but here's a look at the goal that puts CSI ahead by a pair. Nicholas Kishenko with the header in heavy traffic in front of the Dolphins' goal. And CSI now leads at 2-0. No need to take a look at the previous shot ahead of that goal. The Dolphins forgot about that one very quickly.
Dolphins goal! Scored by number 11, Nicholas Kishenko. Assisted by number 7, Daniel Angulo.
In case there was any doubt, there you heard it on public address. Nicholas Kishenko assisted by Daniel Angulo off of a Dolphins corner kick. And I said it before the corner was taken. McDaniels tried everything he could to keep that ball from rolling over the touchline. He tried to swat it back in after that save. He could not. And that ultimately provides the Dolphins a chance and a goal as the Spartans looked to answer and could not. And I think we had an offsides flag near sideline. We did. That's the area of the pitch I can't see from up here in the press box. When play takes place over at that end of the pitch, I'm watching on the monitor, but it will be a free kick for the Dolphins after an offside. So
He jumped the fence and then jumped on the way up. All you see is his
Thompson
No.
will send this one a long way.
Barely have an elbow.
Across midfield, he has Siegel. Siegel keeps it in, looking for McGuire, and that's sent over the near side. So the Dolphins now have a 2-goal lead for the first time this season. They're looking to level their record here at home with a victory. They would improve to 2-2 at Dolphin Soccer Park as we have a substitution. Carino back in place of Bronco. For Nicholas Kishenko, that goal is his second of the season. And it came at a big time in a conference matchup against a team that has beaten the Dolphins, or at least the Dolphins have not beaten in 2 meetings. They tied in 2019. They fell 3-0 last year. And you know this Dolphins team would love to pick up a victory over their conference rival. As Carino may have a chance, and that's sent over the crossbar. Dolphins now turning up the pressure on the attack. Spartans really seem to control this game well at the end of the first half, but the Dolphins have come out of the intermission with a lot of energy, playing extremely well. And the CSI supporters seated in front of me love to see this. Thompson will cover up. Really nothing going for the Spartans on the attack. Just one shot on goal for stats. The Dolphins have 3. 2 of those have found the back of the net. Spartans now have it. They'll certainly be looking to play with a bit more urgency here, as that ball is headed up in the air by Ernesto Gazu. And Kishenko was allowing him nothing. It's going to be a goal kick for the Dolphins. Guazio among a couple of substitutions we've seen for Stat. I think there have been 2 changes here in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check that. We'll have to reboot our live stats following the reset of our broadcast.
I don't know why you keep doing that.
But we'll get those up and running again in just a moment.
Well done, Danny.
Zamana.
Well done.
Kishenko closing in. Going for the Spartans, taken immediately, headed by Asensio Cueva. Angulo fighting, and he drew the foul.
on, Mo. Talk to them.
Shane, go, go.
Angel Catalan Hernandez also checked in for the Spartans not too long ago. At the same time that Carino checked in for CSI. Ball bouncing around the midfield. Asensio Cueva was looking for Sao.
He's going.
Shenko comes away with it in the midfield. Asensio Cueva sends it long.
Finish, boy.
Maguire closing in, but first to it was Ryan Collins. Daniels wasn't sure whether or not he needed to move forward and perhaps make a play on that ball. Instead chose to wait it out, and his backer got there first. Under 24 minutes to play in the second half.
No, Shane, jump back.
Dolphins leading by a pair. Angulo had that one roll off the top of his head down toward the corner. Bolivar Sanchez gets there as the ball does remain in play. Bolivar Sanchez has a man open. That's Catalan Hernandez. Now Allen looking to weave his way through traffic, and he draws a whistle. If you're the Spartans, you need to make something of this free kick. Let's see how the Dolphins set up. Looks like Dolphins are going to have 10 around the box. Still 3 players positioned behind the ball for Stack. Dolphins set up a 4-man wall. Sound Kashenko, a lot of size on that wall. That certainly helps in this spot. Creeping sideways, and that shot is saved by Thompson. The rebound is loose. And the ball is sent out of the box. So Thompson forced to make a save. I don't know how that found its way over the wall. That was a perfect free kick in every aspect except for the fact that it may have been just wide of the frame. That ball was tough to follow as well. As Thompson is credited with his second save. Didn't have a clean grasp on the rebound, but fortunately for him, he had a lot of help. And here's another look at that shot on the free kick. And that was not wide of the frame. Thompson's not there. That tucks inside of the near post. So a save for the Dolphins keeper once again is his second. And the Dolphins were able to send that ball out to the midfield. Fortunately so.
They hated him twice.
Spartans once again have it. They've turned up the pressure. Umana, good ball. Shot is wide. Good look there. Angel Catalan Hernandez. See the second time in just a moment. But the Spartans all of a sudden appear energized following that second Dolphins goal. CSI does have a bit of breathing room leading by 2, but I'm sure the Dolphins would like to win this one comfortably, especially after their last game here at home. Got even, and then just minutes later had the wind taken right out of their sails when the Tigers of Holy Family University scored the go-ahead goal in the closing minutes. And the way they scored it had to sting as well. Great save initially, and Angulo just couldn't get there to keep it out behind Thompson on the second attempt. Dwyer sent that ball towards Siegel. It's cleared away. Angulo heads it towards Sao. Sao chips it in the air for Asensio Cueva. He looks for somewhere to go with it and finds Angulo. Angulo looks over his shoulder, has some space, and is sending it toward the corner for Maguire. And sliding, Collins was able to get a foot on it and sent it a long way over the fence. Dolphins will throw far side as we near 20 minutes to go in this second half. Dolphins closing in on their second home victory of the season, their second win overall. Good cross. And Siegel was just beaten to the spot by McDaniels. He punts it quickly across midfield. Headed by Bolivar Sanchez. Here comes Evans, but Flores not giving up anything. Flores was right with Spartans' leading goal scorer, and he knows exactly which attacker he has to look out for on this stacked team. Watch out for Umana. Watch out for Evans. They've both made bids to get the Spartans on the board, but have come up empty to this point. Dolphins would like to keep it that way. Thompson already has one clean sheet at home this year. Kuka up to Evans. To work his way through Asensio Cueva. He's still going, and we have a whistle. Sal and Evans face to face. They'll back him up. Sal did not want to concede that free kick too quickly. Can't blame him as his team gets set defensively. Dolphins, a lot of white jerseys down around the box, leading by 2. As Banca looks to cross off the heel and onto the foot of Asensio Cueva, cleared by Flores. Dolphins did a nice job staying with that one. That could have been trouble. That's chipped toward Evans. And once again, Flores is there. He sends it over the far side. That will give the Dolphins a moment to collect themselves, but Spartans throw immediately. That's sent back toward the box. Thompson there waiting. He has been sure-handed all season. Able to pull it in, no problem. He throws for Angulo. Angulo sends it toward Carino, but that ball was carried toward the far sideline. Bit off target. Spartans will throw again. Patterson. He's looking for somewhere to go with it. Suazo. Looking far sideline, perhaps. Plays it back to Patterson. Said it before, the Spartans been pretty methodical on the attack. They're running out of time. And the Dolphins pressuring well here in the midfield. Sal almost stifled Spartans' progression.
Settle.
Thompson will wait for that one to bounce into his arms. 17:20 on the clock. Angulo into the Dolphins bench. Throw in for the Spartans. Not much in terms of shots on goal in this game. 3 for the Dolphins, 2 for the Spartans. That tally has not changed in quite some time. Though I believe it should have, as we had that shot in front. I'll consult the official stats.
Keep checking.
And we do have officially 3 shots on goal for the Dolphins, 2 for the Spartans. So I thought the Spartans already had 2 shots on goal. That last save by Thompson was their second shot on target. Rowan once again with Spartans in the attacking third. And they don't have much time to spare here. They certainly have the offensive firepower to get on the board, but they need a goal soon. Collins chips it in the air, headed by Angulo. Bolivar Sanchez chips one in the air, and Collins won't get there. Kashenko in good position regardless. Dolphins substitution. It looks like Stephen Bronco is checking back in. That is not Bronco. That's Roberto Joffrey. So Joffrey is in.
Substitution. Number 15, Roberto Joffrey enters the game. He replaces number 10, Shane Siegel.
I believe he sees his first action of the game. And Joffrey is indeed in for the first time. It's a goal kick for CSI. 15.5 to play in the second half. Gulo, a powerful header once again into the Dolphins bench. Right now, CSI is content to send the ball out of play into the bench. Lazo. His pass. Bounce off the foot of Vermont, and now the Dolphins may have a chance on the counter. Here comes Joffrey. Joffrey toward the center of the pitch, had his shot blocked. Angulo tracks it down. He's looking. Angulo surveys, finds Flores. Flores. Angulo. Angulo toward McGuire. That cleared one defender, and McGuire got his toe on it. He nearly scored. Now, hold on, we have a whistle, and it's Dolphins corner kick, so we'll get one more look at that. McGuire almost with a miraculous goal. That would have been unlike anything I've ever seen. As he was halfway down to the turf, was flailing at it with his feet. He did get a piece. Here's one more look at it ahead of the corner kick. That one rolls just wide. That ball travels well beyond the penalty area as Kushenko tracks it down in the corner. And he will let some time bleed off the clock there. He's not making much of an effort to do anything with it. They could not move Nicholas Kushenko, and the Dolphins are awarded the throw-in. They simply couldn't move him as he planted his foot on top of the ball. Spartans all over him. And Dolphins are still awaiting a thrower. Angulo is taking his time. Can't blame him. Now, they awarded a throw or a free kick? It looks like they awarded a free kick on that. So Kushenko not only kept the ball beneath his cleat, he drew a foul. And the Dolphins are awarded a free kick in the corner. That one, once again, a bit too long. Kushenko will look to throw, perhaps throw it long. And they're telling Roberto Joffrey to take the throw. The Dolphins taking their time here. Now, if I didn't hear them screaming at Roberto Joffrey to throw the ball, and I would think it was intentional. Joffrey throws. Carino got a foot on it. And that's sent out across midfield. Kushenko tracks it down. Here comes Evans. Kushenko almost a bit too lackadaisical there. That could have been trouble. Angulo tried to turn, could not. Interrupts that pass. Bocelli is dispossessed. That went through the legs of Sal. That ball sent toward goal. Thompson easily handles that shot. Less than 12 minutes to play in the second half. Dolphins lead by a pair as they close in on win number 2.
It's supposed to be 6 seconds, but they don't hold you to the 6 seconds. Because Malloy, they were holding
Dolphins also looking to snap a losing streak.
Yeah, but even in the post, not really like a...
Entering today's game, they've dropped 6 straight as McGuire will make another bid for goal number 2. McGuire's shot may have been saved. Also may have been that McDaniels got there first. Either way, McGuire has played some really good minutes in this game for the Dolphins. Of course, he's responsible for one of the CSI goals. Could have easily scored again. Dolphins perhaps could have considered committing a foul there. They did not. But a nice job in the back to shut down that attacking play. 11 minutes on the clock as the Spartans will make a pair of substitutions. Number 15.
Now entering the game for the Spartans, number 37, Jalen Money. And number 15, Nicholas
37, Jalen Money
Sedor.
into the game for St. Thomas Aquinas College. See if the fresh legs pay off for the Spartans. They need a goal, and they need it soon. I'm saying that for at least the last 10 minutes. And now it looks like
that, or they go like the...
Cole Allen is hobbled near the midfield circle. He was asking for a sub, and he may get it right here as the Dolphins clear it. His bench doesn't see him at the moment. And now the Dolphins have been awarded a throw. Allen wants off the pitch. Clock will stop just inside of 10 minutes. And Allen is limping towards his bench, so Tristan Greenidge will get back into the game. Clock is stopped at 9 minutes and 59 seconds.
He was like firm, but not too firm. He was like kind of like widen your hand. I'm like, what?
So it looked like the Dolphins had been awarded a throw. Now the Spartans
Spartan substitution.
Dolphins
Number
are set up
23,
to throw.
Tristan Greenidge, enters the game. He replaces number 24, Cole Allen.
Toss it into the box, and that's a short-lived possession. Goal kick for the Dolphins as the clock continues to tick down inside of 10 minutes. Thompson will look to send this one
No, it's called Bird.
toward midfield. He does. Wants to get as much behind that as possible as it's headed into the Dolphins bench.
It is.
And Angulo to take his time setting up a throw. You can tell the Dolphins have really tried to slow things down, and can't blame them as they try to shut the door on the Spartans. Dolphins come in 0-1 in conference play. They can even up that mark with a win here. Joffrey trying to fight his way into the penalty area. He was surrounded by maroon jerseys as the Spartans sent that ball along the near side, and Umana was unable to keep it in. Dolphins will throw once again. Throw straight onto the foot of the Spartan. And now Evans looking to work past Kishenko. Angulo there to help. Dolphins aren't going to give him any real estate to work with. See if that opens up space elsewhere as we have a handball. The Dolphins are awarded a free kick. So Dolphins are really making Spartans fight for every inch. And trailing by 2 goals, it seems like they may be running out of gas. Just over 8 minutes to play, second half. Joffrey got a head on it. Here comes McGuire again. McGuire working against Patterson, tried to send it off him. And nice job by Patterson, but he couldn't keep it in. So I thought initially that Patterson was able to avoid conceding a corner. He could not. Sadorf wisely setting it up for the Dolphins. And a nice slow trot, a leisurely jog for Daniel Angulo down to the corner. He will take his time here as the Dolphins set up for corner kick number 6. Angulo's corner on its way towards Sal. Kishenko went down, looks toward the head official, and
Make it back!
Dolphin supporters urging Kishenko to get back, as he was a bit unhappy with the no call there. Throwing upcoming for the Spartans. Under 7 minutes to play. Patterson. Over Sadorf. Sadorf avoids Joffrey. Greenidge. That pass intercepted. Angulo is tripped up. And a yellow card is shown here. So a late yellow card goes against number 15, Nicholas Sadorf. Clock continues to move. The Dolphins will set up yet another free kick. It's looking good for the home club now. We are in the midst of the final minutes from Dolphin Soccer Park. CSI looking to salvage a split of today's doubleheader. The women dropped the opener 2-1. CSI leads this one 2-0. Spartans tried to clear there. It's a bit confused to see them play it toward their own goal. Now Sal trying to move in. He has McGuire. McGuire trying to find some space. His shot is blocked. Joffrey over to McGuire. Sent in the air again by the Spartans. Sencio Cueva with the header. And Joffrey commits a foul. Yellow card is shown. Clock is stopped. Clock stops
Like he chipped us for.
at 5:18. Yellow card goes against Roberto Joffrey. Spartans still in search of their first goal of this match. And don't have much longer to find it. Spartans last played a week ago, tied with Malloy, 1-1 in their last game. So today their first action in quite a while as the clock is stopped again. Going taken quickly. And it will be another Spartans throw. With 34 remaining in the second half. Spartans need something to materialize on this attack. Nothing to come of it. As we'll have substitutions on both sides. Dolphins, Shane Siegel back on. And Roman Kapuka back in. That wasn't Shane Siegel, my mistake. Number 17 in for the Dolphins, not 10. Now, we don't have 17 on our roster. If that is 17. I thought I heard 17 from the room next door, so we'll have to check that out in a moment. Perhaps that is Siegel and I was correct initially. Either way, I thought I heard 17 next door. This is why these jerseys are such a burden up here in the booth. I'm sure the players love them, but up here, can't say we're a fan. Chance brewing here for the Spartans, and Thompson is right there. And that is Shane Siegel, so my confusion quickly dissipates. And with 3:10 remaining, Dolphins are closing in on win number 2. Barring a late collapse, CSI would improve to 2-7 on the season, 1-1 in the ECC, 2-2 at home. Spartans hoping they have something to say about that in the final 250. Collins up the far side. Money. That's his pass. End up on the foot of Flores, who sent it a mile. Spartans have been turned away at just about every opportunity. That last shot by Sadorf was their best attempt in quite some time. Didn't look like he got all of it, and Thompson made the save easily. Dolphins will make substitutions as the clock is stopped. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the rule is that inside of 5 minutes, clock stops on subs. And they'll add 20 seconds. 20 seconds will be added to the clock. And the Dolphins started the clock a bit early, but referee says play on. Clock starts on first contact following the stoppage. We approach 2 minutes remaining from Dolphins Soccer Park. It's been a long day of men's and women's soccer. Dolphins on the verge of a split.
On next side, energy guard.
Siegel moving toward the far side in the corner, looking to bleed some time off the clock. Didn't quite fare as well as Kushenko did down there, but the Dolphins do maintain possession. And we have a foul down in the corner, so it's going to be a Dolphins free kick. We've seen a free kick from this spot already. Angulo seated down on the pitch. Dolphins taking their time ahead of this free kick as the clock does continue to run. It was not stopped. Angulo sends it behind goal. Daniels looking to get started quickly.
1 minute remaining in regulation.
The head official won't allow that, so 1 minute remaining from Dolphins Soccer Park. Dolphins will pick up win number 2 on the season. They snap their losing streak. They even up their record at home. They even up their record in the conference. The only question is, will they try for one more here? I don't think so, as Angulo is pressured along the far side. Battle continues over there. And it's sent over the far side. 20 seconds remaining. And the Dolphins will leisurely jog up the pitch to try and bleed the final seconds off of the clock.
9.
Final
8,
10 seconds.
7,
College of Staten
6,
Island.
5,
Sal takes it down to
4,
the corner.
3, 2,
Officially,
1.
we had a goal kick awarded, but that will do it from Dolphins Soccer Park as the College of Staten Island
Final
picks up
score,
a win
Dolphins
in
2,
East Coast
Spartans
Conference
0.
play. The Dolphins defeat the Spartans by a final score of 2-0. For the Dolphins, Brendan McGuire scored his first goal of the season. Nicholas Kashenko picks up his second. The McGuire goal came on a misplay in goal by Spartans goalkeeper Tabor McDaniels. He had one roll off his fingertips over his head. McGuire chased it toward the goal line and put it in for the first Dolphins goal. Nicholas Kashenko scored his second of the year off of a header following a Dolphins corner kick. And what's important to note about that goal is that, once again, it was McDaniels involved in a play that yielded the corner kick. He did everything he could to keep it in, but ultimately he could not prevent the ball from rolling over the touchline. And because of that, the Dolphins were awarded the corner. That corner kick results in the game's second goal. The Dolphins pick up the shutout win 2-0. It's the second clean sheet here at home for Dolphins goalkeeper Amari Thompson. He has been very good on his home turf. And for the Dolphins, you know that they really wanted to pick up this win, finally bringing an end to the losing skid, getting even in their record in conference play. And for the College of Staten Island, they now have 1 week off ahead of their next match next Saturday against Duville University. That will also be our next broadcast. So for all of you who have tuned in from home, we thank you for watching. Once again, our final score, CSI 2, Stack 0. Our next broadcast will be next Saturday morning. Women's soccer will kick off at 11 a.m. Barring any technical issues, we do anticipate being on the air 15 minutes before kickoff at 10:45. So be sure to tune in then, and everyone, enjoy the rest of your Saturday.